So I have a treat for you in this tutorial. In this tutorial, it is power packed because I'm going to be walking you through quite a few things. I'm going to be walking you through exactly how to create or locate your Facebook pixel, how to add your pixel into your GoHighLevel or your Coursera account, how to set up your Facebook conversion API, and of course, how to track all of your conversions, such as your leads and your purchases inside of GoHighLevel or Coursera. I'm so excited about this tutorial, so let's dive in. So the first thing you want to do is you want to download the Meta Pixel Helper. So if you go into Google and you type in Meta Pixel Helper, you will be able to find a free Chrome extension, and it's this one, Meta Pixel Helper here. If you click on it, you should be able to click on download. So I've already uploaded it to Chrome, so I can't download it. So over here on the right hand side, you should see that you should be able to download. Now, when you download it, pin it to your toolbar. If you don't know how to do that, don't worry, it doesn't really matter, but I like to do that. When you download it, this is what the symbol looks like. This is what the Chrome extension looks like here. Now, to pin it to my taskbar, this is what I do. I simply go here. This is where most of my extensions are. I open the extension, I find the right extension. So in this case, it's this one, Meta Pixel Helper. I go to details and I go to pin to toolbar and I turn this on, and that's why it's always here. Now, the importance of the Pixel Helper is that whenever you click on any page, really, especially your pages, you get to see that you do have the pixel on there. So it's just a really quick reminder that you have the pixel. And especially if you're going to be running ads, you want to make sure that your pixel is not only on, but it's set up properly. So once you have the Pixel Helper there, the next thing you want to do is you want to open your business manager or your Facebook ads manager. There are several ways to do that. You can obviously go through your Facebook ads account. You can also type in business.facebook.com, and if you click on that, if you click enter, it's going to take you to your Facebook account right there. Once you're inside of your Facebook account, you get to follow the next few tasks. So for those of you who want to know how to create a pixel to begin with, what you want to do is you want to go into your ads manager. So let's imagine that you've logged in, or you can go to business.facebook.com. Right, you can log in through that way as well, but I'm already logged in, so let me head back over there. If you are logged into Ads Manager, you want to come over here to the left and you want to go to All Tools. From All Tools, you want to go over here. We are looking for something called Data Sources, and unfortunately, everybody's Facebook ad account looks different. So this is how I find mine, but you want to look for data sources. So I find mine by going to Events Manager. For some of you, it might be listed on the left. For others, it might be listed in this area. But for my account and for some other people's ad account, it's under here in Events Manager. So if I go to Events Manager there, and I go over to the left here, you can see that I have data sources. So I'm going to click on data sources. This is where your pixel is created. So you can see that I have 2 pixels already created. Now, Facebook has changed the name of pixels, and instead of calling it pixels, they now call it data sets. Right? So you want to remember that it's now called data sets. So this is what you're going to be seeing for some of you inside of your ad account. Now, I have 2 pixels over here, but if you don't have any pixel, the best thing to do is to click over to the left here. And on mine, it says connect data sources. So I'm going to click on connect data sources over here. And I'm going to select web over here. I'm going to click on next over here, and then you want to name your pixel. So over here, I can select the pixels that already exist. However, to create a pixel that doesn't exist, I have to click on create new data set, which basically means create a new pixel. So let's imagine that I need to create a new pixel. I'm going to click on create new data set over here. Now I need to name my pixel. So name it however you want, starting with the name of your business, for example. So if I call this business brandery pixel, for example, I'm going to add the word demo so that I remember to delete it later. You click on create. So we're not quite done. So close that page, and on the left hand side, you should see the pixel that you have created. So remember earlier I had 2 pixels, so 1, 2, and this is the new pixel that I have just created. So you should see 1 if you have just created a pixel. If you click over on the pixel that you have just created, you will land over here in the overview where we have a couple of things to do. The first is setting up Conversions API, and the other is setting up the Meta Pixel. So I'm going to do Conversions API a little bit later, but let's first set up your pixel. So if I click on set up Meta Pixel over here, click on install code manually. This is your pixel code. What I highly recommend that you do is that you copy this. Not only will you be pasting it onto your landing page, but I also want you to put it onto a Google Doc. So open up a blank Google Doc and paste this in. So this is my Facebook pixel. Paste that, leave that there. Put a line through at the bottom just so that you know where it ends, because we're going to add other codes to this. So you have that code. What we want to do is we want to paste this code onto your website. So you've created your pixel. Now we need to put it in the right place. So we've copied the code and we have pasted it on a Google Doc. So you still have it copied, right? Let me just make this in bold. And this is a Facebook pixel base code. Call this your base code, because that's what it is, right? So you can edit that title there. What you want to do is you want to add it onto all of the landing pages because it's your base code. Now, the best way to do that is open your accounts. So those of you on Coursera, go into your funnels. If you're on GoHighLevel, the same thing, go into your funnel. This works also for ClickFunnels. It's all the same thing. Kartra, Kajabi, it's the same thing. So let me just tell you first what this code needs to do. What this code needs to do is that we need to place it on every single page. Now, that takes a lot of time. So the best way to do that is in your funnel, go over here to settings, and then go down here to head tracking code and hit paste. Oops. See, because I had copied something else, a Loom video, it's pasted that. So just make sure that you're pasting the right thing. So I'm going to go back and copy the right code. Again, go back into my head tracking code, and now I have the code. So let me just make this a little bigger to show you. So this is a whole bunch of code, but really the most important part is this part here that says page view, and that's all it is. So your base code is literally just telling Facebook that somebody has viewed the page. And so because we have added this onto the settings, it will rather add this onto all of the pages inside of this specific funnel. So make sure you click on save. Now, if you want this code in all of your funnels, then you've got to make sure that you add it into all of your funnels, right? Go into the settings of every single funnel and add it into the head code of every single funnel, and then your page view is there. But this is the funnel that we're going to be working on, and I have just added it there, so go ahead and do the same for yours. So I want to walk you through how to set up your conversions API. So imagine that you are in your ads manager. You want to go over to all tools and go over to events manager here. When you're in events manager, go over to the left, and we want to head over to data sources. This is where your pixels are going to be. Now you can see that I have 3 pixels here. Whichever pixel you want to do conversion API on, you want to select that. So if you have just created a pixel, select that pixel. If you have an old pixel, select that one. So I'm going to select this demo pixel here. Now, there are several ways of finding your conversion API depending on how new or old your pixel is. So this pixel is quite new. So you can see that it has a lot of information here for me, that I can go through here. But I want to show you this several ways of doing this. So one way of doing this is to go over to settings. When you go over to settings and you scroll down to conversion API, which is here, we're looking for something that says add conversion API manually. Now, I can't see it here, right? So let me show you another way of doing it. The other way of doing it is to go over to overview, right? For an account that's a little bit older. So let me go to one that is a little bit older over here so that you can see where the pixel has already been set up. If I go over to overview here, where it says add events, head over here and click on add new integration. Over here, when this screen pops up, click on Conversions API. Click on Setup. When you land on this page, it's going to give you several options for what to do. We are looking for the one that says Setup Manually. So click on Setup Manually, click on Next, and you're going to land on this screen here that sort of gives you some information about how to set up your conversions API. What you want to do is to click on continue. What we want to do is to select the event that is most important to you. So it says events measure customer actions that are important to your business. Select the events that you want to send through conversions API. So in this drop down, you can see that there are various types of businesses, and depending on which one you click, so if it's e-commerce, for example, it changes this. And if I go into education, for example, it changes this a little bit. You know, there are just small changes. If I go into property, for example, it changes this, and so on and so forth. I recommend you select so view content is very important. You can also select submit application because you're going to need it at some point in your business. Schedule is also good. Purchase is also good. Leads is also good. Initiate checkout I like. Complete registration is good. Add to cart is also good. And these are the ones that I would select here. I wouldn't add all of these. I just add the things that are most important to you. And if you are unsure, just add whatever I have added here. Once you have done that, hit continue down at the bottom right hand here. After you hit continue, you're going to come to this screen. What you want to do is select event ID here. And then you want to tick everything here. So I'm going to just select all of these. Oops, select. These things keep getting in the way. Once you have clicked all of the boxes down below, don't click on continue. What you want to do is head over to the left-hand side, and we need to do the same for everything else that you have selected. So we've just done it for add to cart. Now go to your next one, and in my case, it's complete registration. So you want to click on event ID again, and then you want to select all the boxes once more. So I've selected all the boxes. I'm going to go to the next one, which in my case is initiate checkout. Again, I'm going to select event ID up here, and again, select all the boxes down below. And again, if these things keep popping up, like mine do, just wait for it to come out of the way, and then you can select. It's just a bit of a nuisance. Can you see? Oh, it's in the way. There, okay? And that's, oh, I missed one here. Can you see? Okay, that's done. I'm going to go to the next one. Myself here. So once you've selected everything, just click back through, just have a look and make sure that you have selected, you know, event ID, and you have ticked all of the boxes down below. Just click through and just make sure that everything is done. Once you have done all that, you click on continue down here. And again, it's just showing you everything that you have done. You scroll down, you click on continue again, and then you're going to hit send instructions over here. So it says send instructions. Email your personalized instructions to your developer so they can complete the implementation for you. You're actually going to be sending this to yourself. So click on send instructions over here. And what you're going to do is you are going to pop in your own email address in this box over here. So I'm going to pop my email address in. And then hit send. Okay, so now that we've hit send, I've closed that. We want to come back out here. So I'm going to click on finish down at the bottom right hand corner. So click on finish over here. When you click on finish, go back into your pixel. Make sure you've selected the correct pixel. Select the correct pixel. Go over to settings. You're going to land on this page. Scroll down to conversions API section here, which is here. And now you're going to click on generate access token. So click on this. Copy your access token to your clipboard, copy your access token to your clipboard, and then come back to that Google Doc, and you're going to hit paste. So I'm going to name this conversion API, and I'm going to hit paste. Whilst you're here in settings, make sure you also collect your data set ID, which is your pixel ID. Just copy it and put on the Google Doc because you're going to need it later. So remember that pixels are now called data set. So it says data set here. click on the digits below. That is your pixel ID, which is your dataset ID, and we are going to pop it on a Google Doc. Once you have added your codes to your Google Doc, all you need to do is to add them to your relevant pages, landing pages, etc., so that you can track. Now, if you need help with adding them to the landing pages, I have another video which I'm linking below this video to help you to do just that, as well as how to track your conversions inside of GoHighLevel. I'm now going to create automations to track my conversions API. So go into your account, GoHighLevel, Coursera, etc. Go to create a new folder. That's the best thing to do. So I'm going to name this Conversions API. This is going to help me to track everything happening on Facebook inside of my GoHighLevel or Coursera account. So Conversions API, I'm going to click on Create. And then I'm going to create a workflow. First, let me locate, so this is the folder I've just created. So I'm going to click into the folder, click on Create a Workflow to start creating a workflow inside of the folder. So you want to go to Create from Scratch, so click on Continue here. So the first thing you want to do is you want to name the workflow. So I'm going to call this CAPI, C-A-P-I, which stands for Conversion API, and I'm going to name this Form Lead Conversions. So you need to create this for your leads, and you also want to create it for purchases, for all the various conversions you want. You will need to create a workflow for that. So I've named it the workflow. So once you've named your form, you want to click on Add New Trigger, and you want to type in Form Submitted, which is this one. So Form Submitted. Once you've selected Form Submitted, you want to click on Add Filters, and you want to select the exact form. So you want to click on Form Is, and then you want to select the name of your form. So the one that I've been working on most recently is this one, Recurring Revenue Workbook, and it is a freebie. So I've got that here. So I've selected this form. Now you can actually add more than one form, which is brilliant. So if you have several lead magnets and you are going to be running ads and tracking those, they should all pop up, and you can select them all. So let me select this one, a storytelling template. I'm also going to select this one. I'm also going to select this one. Now, whilst I'm selecting this, it's really made me think about the way that we save things. And, I'm going to talk about it on this video because that's a change that I'm going to make. When you create your forms, I think it's really, really important to put something in the brackets that says freebie, or if it's a paid product, just so that when you come into selecting your forms, you know exactly, what is a lead generation form, or what is a scheduling form, or, what is, forms for different things, so that you can tell the difference. Like, it took me a minute to go through the forms to remember which is which. So if you save your forms a little bit better, you get to see them a little bit better here. So now that I have my form, I've got form is, and I've got 3 different forms here, or rather 4 different forms here. It means that these forms are going to be tracked via ads. So down here, I'm going to click on Save Trigger here. And then over here, I'm going to click on the plus. I'm going to type in Conversions API. Facebook Conversions API has come up over here. And so now we want to select the event type. So if I click on event type, you have funnel event or lead event. Now just leave it on funnel event, because we're going to be running this through a funnel. Now we need to add a few things, and that's why it was very important to put all of the information on a Google Doc. So we want to add the access token, the pixel ID, etc., etc. So for my access token, I want to go back over to my Google Doc and go over to the Conversions API token that I got and copied over to my Google Doc. So I copy that, I go back over, and I paste it into the access token there. And then for pixel ID, I do the same thing. I go back to my Google Doc, I copy over my pixel ID, make sure there's nothing else there, copy, oops, give me a second, and make sure there are no spaces there. Copy over, head back over, pop in my pixel ID there. Now for Facebook event, you have various things. Now for this, it's definitely a lead that I'm going to be tracking through this specific workflow. All I want to do now is click on Save, and then I'm going to hit Publish, and my conversion API for my lead conversions is ready to rock and roll. And don't forget to hit save again until you see workflow has been saved. We are good to go. Okay, now that I've shown you how to track your leads inside of GoHighLevel or inside of Coursera, I want to show you how to track your purchases. So again, let's go back to workflow. So now we have this workflow running here. It is published and it is good to go. We want to create another workflow for this time purchases. So click on Create Workflow in the same folder. Start from scratch. And the first thing I'm going to do is rename it. So again, I'm going to start with let's call it 02 CAPI, which stands for Conversion API, and it is purchase conversions. Okay, so I've got that. The first thing I want to do is do the trigger. So the trigger we want is order submitted. So I've got it here, order submitted. You want to add filter. And down here, you want to go to global products. So global product is, and you select the product that you want to track. So once you've selected the products, remember you can select any products. It could be your membership, it could be a load ticket, whatever it is. Select the product that you want to track and click on Save Trigger over here. Then you want to click on this plus here and type in Conversions API, and Facebook Conversions API comes up here, and we want to do the same thing. So leave it here as funnel event, and then you want to add in your access token once more. So I'm going to go back to my Google Doc. Well, that's disappeared. I have to come back and do it again, but I'm going to go back to my Google Doc. Copy my access token for my conversion API. Now, because this disappeared, I'm going to click on plus again and get it back up again. Select access token, paste that in there. Then I need to get my pixel ID, paste my pixel ID. Now, this is very, very important. Where it says event name, we want to change this from lead to purchase. So I've selected purchase over here. You also want to insert the value of the product that you selected. So that specific product that I selected was $5. So I'm going to pop it in there. I'm just going to pop a number in because down here we have the currency already, which is USD. So remember to change the currency if you need to. Click on save over here and just check that everything is okay. Publish, and then hit save again, and you have finished with this specific workflow. So thank you so much for watching. If you haven't already subscribed to this channel, I talk about all things recurring revenue, automation, social media, and systems, all of that good stuff. So go ahead and subscribe to this channel so that you can see our videos 3 times a week. And of course, if you haven't already grabbed our latest workbook, it is normally $47, but I'm giving it away for free on this channel. And it is your recurring revenue workbook. If you want to have recurring revenue in your business, and something that has absolutely changed my life, I've put all of my strategies inside of this workbook, and it'll be linked right below this video. So go ahead and check that out. Of course, don't forget to check out this video before you leave.